Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creative Team Career here on the PC with Cadillac. And tonight it is round 13. We are heading to the Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix. So we're back after an enforced break. Had no power yesterday. Didn't actually get the electrics fixed until this afternoon, unfortunately. So yeah, just not able to stream at all. Water got into a socket and was sparking and crackling. So we basically had to shut down all the sockets, which wasn't fun. But yeah, it's fixed now. So we are back and ready for round 13. I don't know if we're going to have a good race or a bad race tonight. I really don't know. I've given up trying to predict our performance this season because it just... The races where we think we're going to do okay, we don't. And the races where we think we're going to do terrible, we somehow pull out an amazing result. So, yeah, we'll just see what happens. There's no point trying to predict it anymore, I think. Oh, dear. Evening, Daniel. Evening, Gina, Dino, Farah, Victor. Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else who's lurking in that chat as well. Let's get ourselves reacquainted with where we are, shall we? So, let's start off with the car. Make sure that we're running the same parts across both cars. And we should be, but just going to double check just to make sure. Can't remember if we've got new parts. Yeah, new side pods for this Grand Prix, I think. Or at least new side pods for Max. I think we gave them to Lewis in the last race, didn't we? And then suspension, yes, there we go. So, both drivers running the same spec of car, which is not a great car, as you can see. Our performance markers, pretty terrible. You can see how far we are behind, I think, the average is this little dotted line here. So, yeah, there we go. That's the average. So we are definitely lagging behind, very much so in engine cooling. Not so much in low speed, which will be kind of good in some parts on this circuit, but it's one of those tracks with a mixture of corner types. So you can see that we have some low speed at the start and the end. We've got some medium and high speed stuff in the middle, and then obviously a big medium speed final corner as well. We'll have to see if we can keep up in those key zones. Weather-wise, as you can see, it's going to be dry, but that's potentially looking quite cool for race day. 21 degrees, despite a lack of cloud cover. 21 degrees does seem a little low for Hungary. Let's see what the inbox actually says. It says it's going to be cold. So hard tyres might struggle at normal push. They might have to be put onto an orange paste just to keep temperature in the tyres. Softs and mediums should be okay, but I don't think we'll be able to get away with tyre saving on the soft tyres. I think they'll just drop out the window too much. Probably same with the mediums if it's going to be cold. So that'll have to factor into our strategy. We're looking at least a 2-stop, potentially even a 3-stop tonight. Probably a 2-stop though. And I'm thinking medium, hard, medium is probably going to be our ideal kind of strategy. So we'll see how we do with that. Let's take a look at our financial situation. We've got 157,000 in the bank. We've got stuff that needs fixing and no money to fix it, unfortunately. So you can see we've got a few things that are balked and something that's about to balk as well. And on top of that, our factory is shut down because it's on fire again. Dear, oh dear. As far as our standings go, looking all right so far. We've got a nice, healthy 28-point lead over Ferrari with an extra little gap over Haas as well. So we're okay at the moment in our quest to hang on to 5th place, but that's more down to Ferrari just doing a Ferrari rather than us doing anything really, really good. So I don't know if we can keep that up. We'll try. Bearman's not had the best season, but I mean, he's doing a lot better than Sainz, as you can see. Just 32 points for Carlos this weekend, this season, and he only picked up 2 over the last weekend compared to 6 for Bearman. So, yeah, times are changing at Ferrari. Times are changing indeed. So let's check in with the board before we set our targets. This is our current run of results. We've kind of flip-flopped a bit between disappointed and brilliant. So, does that mean we're going to get a delighted result tonight? Probably not. But, I mean, we can dream, can't we? Still on target, as you can see, 5th for 5th. And we need 5 more points finishes out of the remaining 8 Grand Prix. So we have 3 mulligans left. Hopefully we don't have to use one of them tonight, but maybe we will. Do I want to know when Sunderland score tonight? I'd rather know when we score, but yeah, keep me updated. Right, targets then. As always, we're going to go 18th or higher for both, and let's send them to Hungary.
Welcome to the beautiful Three Springs Valley, here in Hungary. We've arrived at the Hungaro Ring, located just outside Budapest. It's one of the shortest laps on the F1 calendar. Drivers are forced close together on this track, jostling for position and defending their space to the end.
RedBull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But there are still plenty of points up for grabs this season.
The weekend begins here.
Alright, it is a normal Grand Prix weekend, which means we can give Ugo another run in the car. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We want him on the soft tyres. There we go. Run time around Hungary, it's 20 laps for 2 runs. So we need to up the fuel load just a little bit, just to make sure he's got enough to give us some feedback. And then obviously we'll call him straight in. Don't want to put more wear on the engine than is necessary. Speaking of which, I forgot to put the practice parts in, so let's do that now. There we go. We'll go with the hard tyres for Max. And then car parts. It's all starting to look a little ropey for Max. We are going to run the 50% engine today, so he's going to be a little down on power and potentially running into fault issues at some point in the Grand Prix. But we need to just delay putting in that new remaining engine as long as we can. Which will be the next Grand Prix, given that we're going to Spa next. So, let's put some more fuel in this car. We want to go with 30 laps, I think. There we go. And setups. So, very, very high downforce setup, this circuit. Second only to Monaco. So, we're going to start with a full 10 on the front wing. We'll go with a 15 on the rear. We're going to go with a 3.7. Drop this down to just above starting level. And I'm going to bring that down to match as well, like that. We are right on the cusp of what's acceptable with the rear wing there. And you can see, 15.5, just not going to cut it. It could go either way from here. Well, I say could. We could potentially have a 14.5. We could also potentially have a 15.5, but more often than not, it's a 15 on the rear wing around here. And at least with this car, we know that it's not going to go up to a 15.5 because we are right on the very, very edge with a 15 there. So let's try something a little bit different with this one. Let's have a little bit less on the front wing. Let's go with a 9. And we'll go with a 14.5 on this one, I think. Just to try it, see if it works. And we'll push that out to a 1.9. And this time we'll go the opposite way. So we'll go with a 3.25 and a 1 because we're running less on the wings. To try and balance that out a bit. Run plan's done. Settings are done. Engine parts are done. Let's hit the track. Evening, Wayne.
Green lights.
Right, we have a new number font on the car today. There we go. Trying something a little different.
And radio check when you can.
I actually quite like that number font. That might become our new Cadillac font.
And we need you to push this out lap.
And radio check.
Yeah, radio check.
Yeah, radio is very good for us.
Right. Let's see. Do we have rookies? Not for Ferrari. We do. McLaren, is that DeAngelis? I think it is.
It's unsettling the car.
I can never remember who that is at Red Bull. Nagel's there as well.
As you want it to be for the start of the lap.
Okay.
Fornaroli getting a run out. That's nice to see. We've only seen him, I think, once this season. Maybe twice. And that's it. So, it's Amato. There we go. I always forget Amato. Right, let's speed them up and get some feedback.
We need to work on the tires.
So, has anyone else seen any of the footage from testing today? Or is it just me?
Check the temperature.
for those of you that haven't seen any of the testing stuff from today,
Update.
there were 3 separate videos that I watched on the F1 channel. One was their
Copy.
post-practice breakdown, which was more of a kind of a recap, really. There was another one that was like a first look at cars running, and it was no commentary. It was just shots of each team running. And that was quite nice to see how different teams were interpreting the actuation of the wings at the front and the back, because there are some differences between the teams. And then the third one was like your typical highlights video, narrated by Alex Jakes. You know that Lewis had a spin.
How does the car feel?
Yeah, a lot of drivers actually had a lot of trouble. The wind was quite high. Conditions were changing on a lap by lap basis. A lot of drivers were having lockups at turn 1. A lot of drivers were having lockups at turn 10 as well. So mistakes made by a lot of people. We've got a new look Audi as well. They brought some significant changes. A new front wing with changes to the design and new actuators on the front wing as well for the flaps. And very different style side pods. Very different. They've almost gone for the Mercedes Zero Pod kind of concept, but while keeping the rear part of that bodywork intact.
Stop in front of the garage.
But they've flipped their intakes from horizontal and quite narrow to more vertical as well. Very much a different look. Right, so 14.5 is too little on the wing. We'll need to change that. But this was right, the 1.9, so that's good. So we can bring this... Actually, I'm going to push that up. Let's try pushing the wing. There we go. That's brought that back and given me a gap there. I've got a small gap there. So I'm going to leave everything else as it is and just run that and see if that works. Max is going to stay out a bit longer. So yeah, some big changes to the Audi.
The tires?
Got to see some of the paint jobs for the cars under actual light now as well, proper daytime, lighting. First time I saw the Cadillac, head on in this kind of shot, with half the wing white and half the wing black. I thought they'd broken their front wing for a second, and I remembered, no, it's because they've got that half and half kind of thing across the front of the car. I'm still not convinced by the livery. I wish they'd have stuck to one of the two concepts rather than trying to stick the two together and do a negative of the other on the opposite side. The Williams is a lighter blue than I thought. Again, I'd only seen the renders and they had dark lighting on that, so it looks a lot brighter than I was expecting on the Williams. The Aston, again, looks a little brighter than usual. That might partly be because it's in satin now rather than metallic. I thought the RedBull would look brighter than it does, but it's still, even in like sunshine, still looks quite dark. So I was a little surprised at that. And the number on the RedBull just looks ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it just looks absolutely ridiculous for the car numbers. Much better job done by their sister team on car numbers. They look much better. They're clear, they're legible, easy to read at a glance. I really don't like the direction that Red Bull took with the car numbering. But it is what it is. There is definitely a lot more orange on the McLaren. It does feel a little bit weird to see quite so not quite so much black on that car. Still not convinced by the Ferrari with that big blob of white. And they haven't changed the shark fin design yet. It's still that very weird stepped design that's a lot more pronounced than some of, I think there's a couple of other teams that might have a little bit of that stepping in, but it's a lot less pronounced. Very, very pronounced on the Ferrari. And of course, we've got more testing tomorrow and then again on Friday. And one thing that was really good to see for Cadillac is they got a lot of laps in today. A lot of laps. I think they got them. Oh, was it? Yeah, I think they got the most laps in of anybody today. With I think Ferrari second, Mercedes third. Giving no clue. One of my thoughts on the new regs. Well, I mean we've discussed this before. Nothing's really changed in my opinion yet. It's still way too early to actually say because most teams still aren't really pushing to actually try and set fast times. It's more about mileage. It's about working the gremlins out, trying new things. Bringing new parts and seeing if they're working, running the sensors, running the flow vis paint. We're not going to know how good these regs are until, I wouldn't even say until Australia. I would say till we're about 4 or 5 races in is when we're going to find out how good these regs really are. Because the first race, everyone's going to be kind of figuring things out still. There's going to be no clear-cut, this is definitely the way to go kind of idea. So you're going to see some drivers, I think, making mistakes with battery deployment. But I think after 3 or 4 Grand Prix, they're all kind of going to converge on deploying and harvesting in exactly the same spots as each other. So I don't know how effective that's going to be. I am very curious as to how boosts is going to work in combination with the aero and the active aero. I think the active aero is the bit that intrigues me a bit more than anything else, because there is the potential for teams to run a very high downforce setup and then have the active aero on that to try and mitigate how much drag there is on the car on the straights, but then be very strong in the corners. And there are other teams that could go the complete opposite direction and run incredibly low downforce to really maximize their pace in active mode when the DRS is when the wings are open, before they hit the corners, and then they're going to be really compromised in the corners as a result of being quite low downforce. So we could see some cars go rocketing past on the straights, but really struggling and maybe getting past again through the corners. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. And I say different teams have gone with different style of wing openings as well. Most teams from what I've seen so far, and this is based on what they've got equipped at the moment, and this may change before we even get to Melbourne, but most teams still seem to have a more traditional style of rear wing where they create that slot gap like that you see on our cars there, where you've got the top part of the wing opens up and the main plane of the wing is below, and you've got that slot gap in between. Alpine have gone the other way, so their wing instead of opening up, their wing folds down. So it will potentially make the car, from what I understand, make it a little bit more draggy, just a tiny little bit more draggy, but could theoretically get that downforce back quicker when the wing closes because of the way they've done it. So I don't know if that's going to be a help or a hindrance, and I don't know if other teams are going to go that way or not. Every team has got something different this year. It's not like a lot of cars with the previous regs. We had a few different schools of thought, and they very quickly kind of came together and all went to one of two or three different philosophies. Every single team has a different philosophy at the start of these regs. So I'm very curious to see how long they stay separated out like that, and how long it takes them to start to come together on certain design philosophies. There's a lot of potential intrigue ahead in this season, but like I said, we won't know how good these regs are actually for racing until we go racing, and more than once as well. We need a few sort of races as a sample size before we can make any real kind of judgment on the effectiveness of the regs, because each circuit's going to be different. I mean, we're going to start the season at Melbourne, which is a very fast circuit with two double DRS zones.
Copy that.
So DRS is not going to be a thing anymore, but active aero means that they're going to be wings open for huge chunks of the circuit, and then where are the boost zones going to be? How many boost zones are there going to be for that extra battery power? It's going to be, like I said, you can't just use one circuit. You've got to have multiple circuits before you can get a real feel for the regulations, because every circuit's going to have different characteristics. We have our second bit of feedback for Ugo, a 92 rating.
And we need speed limiter on, and stop on the marks.
So let's see what we need to tweak. Alright, I definitely need to tweak a few things. Probably a little bit too much front wing. Let's drop that down a touch. Let's also maybe drop it down a bit more. Need to find 8%. Yeah, let's give that a try. And we'll run that for Lewis in the next session. Max is coming in, so we are done with practice for this session. 20 minutes to go. Changes do we need to make to Max? Big changes need to be made here, so that's too low. That could stay there, and that might actually be enough. We are just about bang on the wing. Need to find 14%. I'm going to push that up to a 3. I'm going to bring that down to a 9.5. And I'm going to bring this up a bit more as well. Let me try that. A little wobble for Kimi.
Let's have a look at that. Look at the Mercedes. Oh no, that's not quite what they would have wanted. And they might want to take a look at the floor of the car there, because that won't do it any good.
Still not sure what to think about the stripy side pods on that Mercedes. If they'd gone with like 3 to tie it into Adidas, that would have made perfect sense. But they went with 4, and it just looks a bit weird. They're not even uniform sizes either. So I'm not quite sure what they're trying to do with that. It just looks a little weird. All right, there we go. That's the end of practice 1. Up next, practice 2. Alright, Lewis is back in the car. We've got our new setups on the car. 30 laps and hard tyres for Lewis, 20 laps and mediums for Max. They're both in their normal protect the car mode. Let's see how this session goes for us.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green light.
Apparently it's in reference to the AMG logo. I did not know that, but yeah, it doesn't look good, I don't think. Speaking of AMG logos, somebody
the tyres ready.
in the subreddit posted a picture of a a new Volkswagen team with like yellow and black, and it looked really cool, but it also had AMG slapped all over it, and it's like, why? So you might have to use... I mean, he's a PC player because it was very much a modded livery. But why would you put AMG branding all over Mercedes? All over Volkswagen? You know, Mercedes and Volkswagen are mortal enemies in the automotive world. It's like putting Lamborghini stickers on a Ferrari. It just... No. I can understand if you have to use the Mercedes engine in-game if you don't want to mess around with creating custom engines in the editor, but you could at least pretend that it's a Volkswagen engine. I just felt that was a bit of a shame. It let the look of the car down for me because it looked really good, apart from the AMG branding on it. All right, our prep level is already at 54% for Max, so we don't even need to nail the setup now. We just need to get it close. A little flash of yellow popped up briefly there.
And it was Mick Schumacher
Mick
involved.
having a moment in turn 5.
And nearly, just running wide. That won't do the floor of the car any good at all.
There we go. We have got feedback from Max. 94. So there is still work to do.
Update
And
when
we've
you
got
can.
an optimal for Lewis. 97. It's not bad. Leave him out there a little bit
Copy
longer.
that.
Get him up to, say, 20 laps, and then we'll probably call him in.
Practice your pit lane entry.
Yeah.
I'm in. And limiter on, please. So just stopping in front of the garage and P1, please.
Alright, so that needs to be a 2.8. And we need to pull that back to correct that. That should be it. Should be. But it might not be. Right, another 5 laps or so for Lewis. There we go, we'll get him in. Let's have a look. Prep level 98, because we're just off on the setup. So this could go either way. I'm going to take it down. And then bring that down as well, like that. And if it's wrong, we'll go the other way in the next the next time we make a change. And that's us done for another session. And I suppose I could send them out for a few laps. Make a start on that feedback.
The tires?
5 laps.
We need to work on the tires, keep the temperature on the tires.
Oh,
VSC.
we have a VSC. That is
Stays close
one
to
of the
zero as you
McLarens.
can.
It's Kimmy in the wall at turn 5.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Oh, that's a big backwards hit. That's going to do some major powertrain damage. I really hope for his sake that that's not a brand new engine.
They all knew what that moment meant.
Because that was a heavy hit. Let's see what the condition of the car was before that happened. Oh yeah, so that engine's probably dead. That gearbox is probably dead, and that ERS is going to have taken an almighty whack. That might even possibly be dead as well. And that's his second ERS, I'm guessing. Let's have a look. Powertrain usage, Antonelli. Yeah, so that's his second ERS unit. This is second engine, second gearbox. So he's going to be on his third and his third. So that'll be his final engine, and he'll have one more gearbox left after that. But if he's destroyed that ERS unit, that's going to be a positional penalty for new parts.
Virtual safety car ending.
Understood.
They're just wear warnings that are popping up at the moment. And there we go. It's a checkered flag. So, another session done, and a car in the wall in destructive fashion. Let's take a look then at the partial feedback. Oh, so we've gone the wrong way. So that's going to need to go that way then, and that's going to need to go all the way up. Hopefully that will be the right way. We need to run mediums in this session, and Max needs to run softs, so that we have two sets of mediums for the Grand Prix. How's he looking? He's looking damn good. I think that's going to be it. So it's just going to be a few laps and back in again for Max. We need to run, let's get 20 laps. It's probably a little more than we need for the feedback, but we'll make sure.
Green light.
So probably just a couple of laps needed for Max. Like 3 or 4 laps.
Any comments?
Not even
there?
that, 2 laps. There we go.
The car is amazing.
Okay.
And that's it. That car is nailed and railed. Call him in. He should be done. And there we go. 100% feedback. Sorted. A little wobble for somebody. It's not going to tell us who. All right, just another couple of laps. Is it right now? Yes, it is. There we go. 100% setup on both cars. Lovely stuff. Oh, we just missed him on the pits. So we'll call him in at the end of this lap. Evening, PR. How are you today? Job's done. That's it for practice. So now we just have to hope that our ailing powertrains, in particular Verstappen's, will make it through the Grand Prix without developing issues. We should be fine on Lewis's car. I think his powertrain is in a little bit healthier condition. Max had that big shunt, which took some additional life out of his. I am curious about Antonelli, so let's have a look. Oh yeah, I was right, it killed the powertrain, it killed the gearbox, and wow, that is a lot of damage. That's over 60% damage done to that ERS unit. That's not good. Not good at all. It was at 90% right before the crash. Now it's at 30. And that's his last remaining allocated ERS unit. So he'll be on penalties soon. I mean, he went in backwards at speed to that barrier. So I'm not at all surprised that he totaled the engine and the gearbox. And I did think he might do some major damage to ARS. I have seen them totaled before. You know, complete powertrain wipeout crashes like that before. So I felt confident in that prediction that he would have done major damage to it. But 30% left. That could start developing issues as early as qualifying. Which would not be good. Okay, there we go. That is the end of practice. Our drivers are suited and booted, ready to go for qualifying, which is next.
Qualifying is coming up, and the drivers will be ready and raring to go.
The Hungaroring's short circuit can get crowded during Q1 and Q2. Teams need to get their drivers out there and in the best position to set a fast lap or risk being caught out.
As far as Carlos Sainz is concerned, Karun, how do you think he's doing?
They were looking pretty sharp in practice and setting good lap times, so they're probably feeling fairly confident now. But a good practice time doesn't always guarantee a strong qualifying outcome.
What does today have in store? Only time will tell.
Well, first thing we need to do is swap out those parts. So we're right on the cusp of this engine developing an issue, or dropping into the range where it could develop an issue. Same with this gearbox. I think we'll mitigate the potential faults. We'll give them a new gearbox. We say we're in the back half of the season and we still got another spare as well. So, yeah. Engine for Lewis should be a little bit better. Yeah, 59%. ERS slightly about the same, I think. And then gearbox, yeah, much healthier on the gearbox front. So that was ERS is slightly worse actually. Interesting. Tyres, going to use the soft tyres. I'm going to try and do as few runs as possible because they don't last very long around this circuit.
Green light.
Which means we're not going to go out right at the very beginning, I don't think. Let me check. Yeah, we're going to wait till about 5 minutes gone, I think, before we go out. So the track hopefully is a little bit cooler. And that will hopefully help keep the tyres healthier for longer. So let's watch George. He'll be the first one around and we'll go top. Whether he'll end up staying top ahead of Norris is another matter, but he should be able to beat Gasly. I've been thinking about car design philosophy for next season. And I think I'm going to change the way I normally do things. Normally I'll go with one intense part and then just do normal parts after that. I think I'm going to try and do 2 intense parts. So do an intense chassis, for example, and then follow it up with another intense chassis. And try and really push the development of the car a lot more next season, so that hopefully by the end of the year, the gap will have closed up a bit more. Depending on finances, because we are going to have a little bit more money to play with next year. We're still potentially going to be losing money each month, but not as much. And with both Max and Norris starting the season together, we'll have 2 drivers, I think, with a maximum of 100 out of 100 on their commercial rating, which we didn't have this season because we had Hadjar for the first 3 races. We might even be able to attract an even higher caliber of sponsor for next season, which means more money and better payouts as well. Which means potentially an even better car. It all depends, though. We might get a monster set of reg changes put forward for vote next season. In which case, we'll have to abandon car development next year and focus very much on the year after. So we'll just have to wait and see. We still got to finish this season first, and then get to what, April, May, before we'll know exactly what we're going to do with the car design for that season. But we'll probably start strongly if we can with car development. So George is top with a 112.7. We are going to be going out in a minute or two. Colapinto in second place, ahead of Albon, then Gasly, Norris, slowest so far. Perez pops up into third place. Stroll is on track. Let's see if he does anything stupid. Evening, Mike. He looks a little wide on the exit there, but he kept it on the track, and he is slow. All right. Track temperature starting to come down a little bit. Let's send the boys out. See what they can do.
Wait for traffic.
We need a good warm-up on front brakes.
Yep.
Right, Hamilton's got a... Right, now he's got a very good sized gap to the Ferrari. And that gap has swallowed up again, so... I don't know if we're a little bit too close.
And track is clear, track clear.
We're not really close enough to get a proper
And
slipstream
charge
from the back of that Ferrari, but we're certainly going to be
score.
close enough to get some backwash from the dirty air.
We're looking good.
So
Good
we
to
might
go.
be slightly compromised on this lap. I think we'll be okay. And Max has got a nice clear bit of tarmac. Just make sure he gets past Bottas without too many problems. Good first sector. It's quicker than Ocon, who just went up to P5. Right, Lawson goes P7. He's a good reference point for Hamilton. Hamilton down a 10th at the moment. Max matching Lewis in the middle. Not the strongest part of the circuit for our car. Sainz goes P10, Hamilton goes P8.
So at the moment you are
Max
P8.
might go P6, P5 here. Oh wow, P4.
Understood.
Good lap from Max.
Currently P4. Mode in box this lap. Okay.
So Leclerc is chasing Schumacher. We go flying past one of the Astons and now one of the Williams. 24.9. Half a second quicker than Mick in each sector so far. So he's a second faster than Mick at the moment. He's going to be quicker here as well. Look how close he's got. And he finds another 3/10 there as well. That's Charles up into third place, just a 10th away. Mick in P15, not the best of laps. And this is another one of those circuits where, because it's quite a short lap in terms of lap time, the margins for getting through or going out could be quite close. Maybe not so much in this session, but certainly the next one's going to be very tight.
I'm in. Make sure your limiter is on. Stop on the marks.
Right, let's check in with Ollie Bearman. It's got a matching Hamilton's time at the moment, so it's going to come down to that final sector. And he's slower by a tenth. Yuki's having a good lap. That's going to pop him up into 4th place. So, cars in the drop zone right now. Schumacher, Bottas, Bortoletto, Piastri, Antonelli and Lindblad. And we've still got 4 cars who have yet to set a lap time. Lindblad will be the first one to cross the line. Here he is going through the middle sector right now. And I'm going to go back out before the track temperature starts to climb again. Right, Lindblad goes P19. Wow. Really bad first sector. Look, he lost all that time in the first sector. He would be somewhere around about Gasly, I think, had it not been for that opening sector.
And we need to.
He lost 2.1 seconds to us in that in sector 1 there. Piastri is not looking brilliant. He's actually slightly slower at the moment here than Hamilton and Verstappen. Hamilton did a 27.1, Max did a 26.9 in the opening sector. They both did 25.1s in the middle. Piastri only just gets into 16th place, and I don't think he's going to stay there. Because Bortoletto and Antonelli are on laps looking to get themselves up. And they're both going quicker.
Track should be clear.
Evening, Gina.
Go, 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 go.
Traffic, 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 traffic. There will be charge button off for last corner.
So 11th place. Max has got somebody in the way. There we go, it's an Audi. Peels out of the way. Here comes Hamilton. So he beat the Mercedes into turn 1, that's good. He's going to have to work his way past Stroll now. Or is it Perez? Oh no! That's that powertrain dead.
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
And for the crew watching on in the garage, that really must have been a hard one to take.
That's a bad hit. So, it's going to be a pit lane start for Lewis. Max is currently safe at the moment. And I think I now have to run a brand new engine for Lewis a race earlier than planned. All right, let's get Max out. Get that second lap in.
Reminder for brake temperature.
Okay.
What do I feel, Farah? Your apology is more of a hashtag sorry, not sorry.
So you're in a good position.
The downside is as well, that will have almost certainly killed the ERS unit. I mean, it was reaching the point where I was going to start swapping it out, but it still would have been useful as a practice part. But now it's
Okay, gap is good.
just one ERS
Good to go.
for all sessions for the rest of the season. I mean, we should be fine. But if we have another crash, we're in trouble. As we saw with Antonelli. Oh my god, look at all the traffic in front. Just seen all those cars in front of us. Oh, this is going to be a mess. Improved blue flags, but still no improvement in the first sector. We've got 3 or 4 cars in the way in the worst part of the track to get that traffic. Yeah, that's a lift. Got to hope that we've done enough, because we're not improving on this lap. Not with that middle sector. I thought about calling him in, but I thought, nope, I'll leave him out there and see if he gets in anyone's way. There's payback.
Currently P8.
Yeah, the Maserati gets screwed over there, as does the Red Bull. So, is that Colapinto and Leclerc?
Yeah.
No, that's Colapinto and Leclerc. So it's Piastri. Piastri could be going out. His first sector is going to be terrible. Award might survive. Bearman's going to go top. There he goes. Just from Russell. Lindblad's out. Piastri actually got away with it. 27-0 in the opening sector. It's not the quickest we've seen, but it's quick enough. Oh no, wait, it was Leclerc who was held up. Look at that, 31.7 in the opening sector. It was Leclerc who got held up. He's fine. Leclerc's fine. So it was Leclerc and O'Ward that got blocked. O'Ward again, 29.6. Piastri jumps up to P4. So Stroll is out. Gasly is out.
Please stop on the marks.
Norris is out, because that's again a terrible first sector. Lindblad is out. So Valtteri improves, but not enough. He is out. What about Sainz? This isn't necessarily quick enough to beat Lewis. He needs a really good final sector. or else he'll go out. That's not good enough. He's out in 20th. So, Stroll, Gasly, Norris, Sainz, Bottas and Lindblad eliminated in Q1. Technically, Hamilton eliminated as well, although he will qualify 16th. He'll be starting from the pit lane because of the powertrain change. Max through to the next session. Ooh. Look at that. That's not good. The engine survived. Just did not expect that. Right. There goes my spare chassis. And my spare rear wing. And my spare suspension. Yeah, that engine's not viable at all, so we have to use this engine. That gearbox is really healthy as well. It's still like in 70%. We were okay on gearboxes. We've got 2 plus a practice part to get through the rest of the year, and we've only got 8 races left, including this one, so that's okay. But this engine's going in earlier than expected. This ERS is going in earlier than expected, and we do not have any practice part to swap it out for. So that's going to start to wear down a little quicker than I would like. But given that the other one was still at about 55% going into this weekend, should make it through to the end of the season. Right. Let's start on the scrubs. And hope we don't have a shunt here.
4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, green light.
Temperatures are going to stay about the same all the way through the session. This time is just to get a time on the board. It's not going to be enough to get us through because we are using tyres that have already done 2.5 runs. Because we were halfway around the track when Hamilton hit the barrier, so Hamilton was very lucky. In what way? He's starting from the back of the grid. We had to brake park Fairmay to put the new engine and stuff in, so yeah, he will start from the pit lane. Which you watched several times. Yeah, I had a feeling you might have done.
Gap is currently good. Mode push, you're good to go.
Alright. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this car doesn't go the way of the first one. Because we do not have spare parts anymore. Well, not of this spec anyway. We'd have to roll him down, and that would also be a pit lane start for him as well. Evening, Marcel. someone. Just running a wide, I think. Yeah, off on at turn 5.
So we're heading now into turn 5. And that's where they slightly run off the track. Fighting with the car, just a little perhaps.
And that is his push lap, I believe. Yeah, that's his push lap. Interestingly enough, it didn't really cost him much. He was only a tenth slower than Max in the middle sector there.
Mode in, please. Mode in.
Because the first sector is just before turn 4. So before he had his little wobble there. So we are less than a tenth, just 99,000 slower than the knock-on there for Verstappen. It won't stay there. You can see we're down half a second on both Russell and Colapinto. George will cross the line first. That's very quick. 1:12.7. Antonelli should be quick as well, given he's got a new powertrain.
Yeah, I'm in.
And limiter on, please. Stopping on the marks.
Good middle sector for Bearman. Bearman's about to go top here, I think. He does. 0.04 of a second. Right, new tyres for Max. Wilson 2 seconds off the pace. Charles Leclerc out there. Perez is out there as well. There's Perez.
So watch out for the next car. Brake warming reminder.
Okay. Leclerc now goes top. Alright, let's check back in with Max. So, Bortoletto's on a flying lap in front. Don't know if we got in his way or not. Let's see what his middle sector looks like. Perez is up to P6. Doesn't look like we got in Bortoletto's way. He's matched Perez. And we stay out of Award's way as well.
You should have no traffic issues. Good to go.
So Bortoletto goes to P6, just ahead of Perez. What about Pato? Pato goes 8th, just a tenth or so slower than Perez. So they sandwich him. And now Max is unleashed on brand new tyres. Let's see if we can have a good lap here, please. All right, we got through turn 5 without putting it in the wall. That's encouraging. Lockups at turn 12 are always a thing. Not this time. Still not a great middle sector, 25-1 again. This is pretty much what we were doing in the first first session. 26-9 and a 25-1. And a 21-1 across the line. We go just ahead of Perez.
7. Slow down and box.
Okay.
The first sector is definitely where we're strongest. This is why we're able to beat other cars, but we're not good in the middle sector. We're going to go again because that will not be good enough to guarantee us getting through. All right, Albon across the line. He goes 10th. Mick's not going to get through with that time, I don't think. There he goes 12th. Oscar's out there as well. This is slightly quicker than Max's time.
I'm in. So limiter should be on now. If you could stop on the marks.
Again, it's that middle sector that hurts us. And across the line. There we go. Less than a 10th quicker than us, but he jumps up to 5th. This is what I said when it's going to be a very tight session to get through in this one. Top 9 are separated by just 3.5 tenths. We're going to go early. I just hope that's going to be good enough. Ocon is not improving. A 28.4 is a terrible first sector. Makes up for it at the end, but it's not enough. He barely improves his time. He stays P14. And he found hundredths of a second there as opposed to multiple tenths. Because he lost so much time in that first sector. I would say he lost nearly a second and a half in that first sector. He would have been right up there with Piastri and Antonelli. Hell, he could even have gone top based on that purple final sector. Lawson is up to P12. He's not getting through. He's a second off the pace. So who's out there on an outlap at the moment? We've got Pato. Pato is here. And we've got Perez just here. Apart from that... Oh, spoke too soon. Here comes Bortoletto out the pit lane.
You are good to
Evening,
go.
Army. Do I think the FIA are going to change the engine rules? I think it's too late. You know, I think there'll be a compromise and there'll be a change in regulations for next season. All right, we need an improvement in the middle sector more than anything else, but we've lost a 10th in the first sector and now we're getting held up.
Oh, for sake.
Copy that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to improve. bought the lap. And I'm going to gamble on a brand new set of tyres.
And then make sure your limiter is on. Stop in front of your box.
Gonna have to turn him round instantly here. Award goes up to P9. That knocks us down to 10th. I think we're okay from Perez. Unless he gets a really strong final sector. He is tucked up behind Tsunoda. No. Yeah, Tsunoda into the garage.
Watch out for Perez. Just manage your tyres as you wish. Okay.
Perez is out. I think we just got in Colapinto's way. Yes, we did. Ever so slightly. I mean, there was plenty of space. There was very much space for him to get through there without having to lift. So we've got 3 confirmed out at the moment. That's Perez, Albon and Hamilton. I don't think Lawson's going to be able to find the pace. I don't know about Mick. I don't know about Ocon. Ocon, we know, had a really bad first sector. He's crossed the line now, charging into turn 1. And he's got a slow McLaren in front of him somewhere.
We're looking good. Good to go.
We are going to cross the line with 7 seconds to go. 6 seconds to go. Now we've got Colapinto in the way. Let's hope he gets out of the way. And he does, thank you. Ah, again, it's a 27-0. It's not good enough. What happened to Hamilton? He went off on his second run in Q1. Slight improvement in the middle sector. We've been bumped. We found a 10th on our first run. No, we haven't. We're about level with our first run. We only need to find 6 thousandths of a second. Can we do it? No, we can't. Damn it. We missed out by 6 thousandths of a second. So, Max 11th, Perez 12th, Albon 13th, Lawson 14th, Mick in 15th, Hamilton 16th, but starting from the pits. And that is the end of our qualifying. Let's see who stuck it on pole. It's Ollie Bearman, ahead of Oscar, with George and Antonelli on row 2, then Bortoletto and Leclerc. Ooh, excuse me. Tsunoda ahead of Colapinto, Ocon ahead of Pato, but Pato has a penalty. So Max will start from P10. And Hamilton will start from the pit lane.
There's a fantastic atmosphere here at the Hungaroring today as we prepare for 70 laps of thrilling F1 action.
The heart may be in Budapest, but the racing soul is right here. Decades of F1 history saturate every turn of the Hungaroring, including the 1989 Grand Prix, where Nigel Mansell bullied his way from a P12 start to an ultimate victory.
The Hungaroring is one challenging succession of corners and turns. With few straights, it's affectionately known as the go-kart circuit. Drivers will have to find a proper rhythm to make the most of the layout, and for cars, low-speed downforce will be paramount. It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
Let's take a look at that amended grid then, shall we? So, Max will be bumped up to P10, Pato down to P15, and Hamilton confirmed from the pit lane. But with that new engine, should theoretically be relatively quick. It's all relative. And we've got a chance of some points if Max can hold position. So we'll see how he does. Let's take a look at setup options, or strategy options, shall we? I only have the one set of soft tyres available for Verstappen. It is theoretically going to be cold. It's 21 degrees, but we will have periods of uninterrupted track, uninterrupted sunshine, which will heat the track a bit quicker. I don't know whether to gamble on a strategy like this, where this might overheat the tyres. Let me see what a one-stop would look like, or at least something a bit more conventional. Maybe something like this. There's all sorts of potential possibilities. I'm really not sure which way to go with strategy here. I think I'll start like this. We'll see how the tyre wear is going in terms of tyre temps as well. We may yet end up using our extra set of softs for Lewis. Or maybe just another set of mediums here. I don't know. And we're going to take some fuel out of the car. We're going to take 3 laps of fuel out. Not going to push Lewis off the line because he's starting in the pits. Going to take 3 laps out for Max, and we are going to push him off the line. There we go. And let's send them to the grid for the start of the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. Here's a determined Sainz lining up on the grid.
19th isn't a great way to start this one off, but let's see what they can do in the race.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. And here we go with the Hungarian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, can we get a good start off the line? Got a potential look at the inside of Colapinto. Nope, and we're under pressure from Albon. Ooh, that was tight. Albon might get the jump on us. We've got a good exit. He'll have the inside line for this turn and sweeps on through. Can we sweep back through? Yes, we can. And there we go. Right, let's drop the tyres down. Let's drop that down. Let's
We
drop
need to do
that down.
full management on this set.
Okay.
Let's see, track temperature 41.7 degrees. We are going to get some cloud cover coming up soon. Hamilton's on the back of the pack already. He's making a move already.
And more energy available.
And just gets his elbows out and gets through past Valtteri.
Good job. DRS enable.
Oh, another right back injury. God damn.
And behind we have Bottas. And charge button on, please.
All right, Colapinto is already looking a little vulnerable. Let's drop the hammer.
Please.
Okay.
He's threatening to try and close back up to Ocon. We want to stop that from happening and pick him off on the main straight. That might be why we got up the inside of Valtteri so easily, because he's on hard tyres. Lindblad also on hard tyres. Let's put the pressure on him as well.
And you can use all the boost bar.
And Colapinto did get back in DRS range, unfortunately. And so did Lindblad. Ah. Thought maybe a little tentative look at the inside might spook him a little bit. Nothing doing.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Continue like this.
Charge
Oh, a little look. Couldn't quite make it stick, but Lindblad's out of DRS range now. So should be a sitting duck on the straight. Big ol' overspeed. Through we go.
Good job. Gasly in front. Gap to him 1.7. Charge on.
Right, Max has been dropped a little bit. High temps are holding stable. Oh, look at Lindblad's trying to push his way back through. Sneaky, sneaky. All right. You want to play that game? We'll play that game.
Charge on. Race is long.
Albon's going to get us comfortably as well.
It's really impossible to race like this.
There's progress to be made. Car behind us, Perez.
So Lindblad's clearly using up his battery now.
Charge button on.
Yep.
Now he's turned his tyres way up.
So deployed.
Understood.
And Max has been left for dead by Albon as well. Looks like the AI is being a bit more aggressive than us at the moment.
He does have DRS on you.
Yeah.
And this is going to be another breeze through, drive-by overtake.
And just a reminder on garage.
Yep.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
Oh, we've got a VSC. Bortoletto's in the barrier.
Take care of the tires.
VSC. Stay as close as you can.
Yeah.
Hey, what the f happened?
That's a dead powertrain.
And you can just feel the frustration from the team watching on the monitors.
This gives us a chance to do some fuel saving, take some heat out of the tyres, refill the batteries a bit.
It's a big one.
Is everyone okay?
And then try and make some positions back up on the
Watch
restart.
debris on the circuit.
This also changes up the strategy for Max a bit, I think.
Gap 2 Bottas behind, 1.0.
And Lewis. Let's look at something like that. Oh, while we're under a VSC, some sad news to impart to anyone who was a Dawson's Creek fan. James Van Der Beek passed away today. Just 48 years old. Lost a battle with colon cancer.
Yeah.
And tire temperatures are good.
VSC ending. We've halved our fuel deficits.
Virtual safety car ending.
DRS is enabled. Mode push.
Okay.
Harbour's going actually, I think. There we go.
Charge
Move back to
on.
Max.
Understood.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I mean, I think everybody knows that meme of crying Dawson. Six kids apparently as well.
Charge on.
Well, tyre temps not really recovering yet. Might have to push the tyres just to get a little bit of heat back in them. One thing we do know is that underheating tyres definitely lose performance with
Tyre temps are good.
realistic racing,
Okay.
as do overheating tyres.
Charge on.
Okay.
Very happy with tyre management.
So, lap 10, Bearman still leads from Oscar Piastri, although he might go under pressure into turn 1, just stays ahead. Russell in third, Tsunoda's in fourth. Then it's Kimi Antonelli in P5, ahead of Ocon. Leclerc in 7th, Colapinto 8th, Albon 9th, and Perez 10th, rounding out that top 10. Max still in 11th, under a lot of pressure from O'Ward at the moment, but holds the position.
No management required.
Hamilton in
Okay.
P20.
Take care of the tires.
Just waiting on an opportunity to push him forward. Not really going to be able to make a move on Lindblad because he's so close to Gasly, but Gasly is definitely vulnerable to an attack from Lindblad, and then that will free us up to have a run as well. So let's try and up the pace
Use the energy.
at the end of the lap here, make sure we stay in range. Otherwise we risk falling victim to Valtteri. Max is 3 seconds away from Perez already. Wow.
Tire temps good.
Oh, well, Lindblad actually lost the DRS, I think. Yeah, he did. He might be out of battery as well.
Remember, a long way to go in this
Ooh,
race.
is this an opportunity? Pato gets through on Max.
Charge button on.
It's pronounced Nissan, Javi.
Gap to him 1.4. So we need to push
Oh, Lindblad's back on the battery again.
your DRS.
Bearman now drops down into third place as George picks him off into turn 1. And we lost the DRS. Well, pace is strange. I mean, the AI's pace is changing dramatically lap to lap. There's no real consistency to it at the moment.
Charge button on. Charge button on.
I'm very curious what their tyre wear rates are like.
Mode push, please. Mode push.
Okay.
Okay, Kev, if there's anything left in the tank, let's go for it.
Dirty is killing us in that middle sector. We're nice and close at the first part of the lap, and then we come out the middle sector and we're just nowhere. Right. Antonelli gets past Sonoda.
Charge on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on it. Still everything to play for.
Starting to rethink this strategy here. And we have an issue for Yuki.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
I think unless we're pushing the tyres, we're not going to make the positions. So we might have to switch that second set of softs to a set of mediums and push them. See, again, look, we're just losing all that time coming out of the middle sector.
You need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
Okay.
We're not being presented with any real opportunities here. Max is under pressure again. Only just managed to hang on to the back of O'Ward that lap. We can't do that again.
What about tyres?
Mick will have us.
I'm good.
Charge button on, please.
So Lindblad's picked off Gasly. Look at Gasly's tyres are starting to go. Valtteri's picked up a fault. He's behind us, so that doesn't really help us.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Charge button on.
Understood.
Just get the DRS.
He has DRS.
Yeah, we're just not able to close down O'Ward. Hamilton suddenly has been dropped. Oh, crash. Contact between Gasly and Lindblad.
Debris on the track.
Some side-by-side contact, and I think they both came away without any damage to the car.
And clearly they're not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
But that may well have taken some life out of Gasly's tyres, which are already not in great shape.
Charge on.
Yep.
Is this just a racing incident? Yes, it is. No penalties given.
And more energy available.
Yep.
There's Stroll's in the pits. Sainz is in the pits. Gasly stays out. So, 2 cars on softs are ditching their tyres already. Good stop for Ferrari.
His focus is on
Good
long
stop
race.
for Stroll.
Car behind is Norris.
Hamilton's got through.
So you are doing a good job. Continue like this.
Just use that overspeed to get up the inside into turn 1. And that move comfortably done in the end. Right. Can we pull away from Gasly and go after Arvid? And we've been picked off by Schumacher because we couldn't stay with O'Ward. There we go, just
And
about
touch
dropped
button
Gasly.
on.
Valtteri should pick him off.
Understood.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Gasly into the pits very soon.
And tire phase update when you can.
Tyler's still good.
Charge on.
Albon and Perez
Yeah.
swapping places again and again.
And just a reminder on your eyes.
There's Norris and Lawson fighting behind Max. Gasly still ahead of Valtteri. And staying with Lewis as well. This is a worry. That means we might get picked off by both TGRs on the main straight. Norris getting frisky. Let's see if we can get ourselves
Let's have
back
a
in front of
push.
Schumacher.
Yeah, okay.
We should have better tyres now. I thought about a look, thought better of it. That's why I had to abort it, because there was a yellow flag in turn 1. Albon running wide. And the chance for the overtake is gone.
Okay, charge on.
Gasly gets back in front of Hamilton. God damn it.
And charge button on. Charge button on.
I really am in two minds what to do with Hamilton's strategy here. I don't know whether to stick to what he's on and just see if the overcut works for us. As in comes Esteban. Great. Max is out of DRS range. Norris is going to pick him off.
Charge on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe not.
Tyres are
Lawson
ready.
trying to pick off Norris. Hamilton gets back past Gasly again.
And charge button on.
Mode push, please. Mode push.
Yeah.
What about
Should have told him to go into clean air. Could have actually made that overtake. Alright, Gasly's in. And it's a bad stop for Gasly.
Charge on.
Okay.
And Hamilton has a bit of free air now with Valtteri out of DRS range for now. Mick got through on Albon and he's trying to break away. Albon might not get the DRS here. Ooh, I don't know, it's tight. It's very tight. He didn't get it.
Cool the car as much as you can.
Okay.
We'll go around the outside of him.
Yeah.
There we go, position taken. Right, where's Lewis? Lapping quicker than Lindblad.
Not too bad then.
So we do still have a chance of points with Max. Hamilton is moving himself up the order a little bit, helped partly by some people already stopping. And they're queuing up behind Valtteri. In comes Yuki. Medium guys are starting to stop now. I'm not really sure what we're going to see strategy-wise for some of these guys. As in goes Schumacher. Soft tyres. So the hard's going on for Schumacher. Ocon comes out of the pits behind us. Valtteri's struggling, so Valtteri's not long for this race, I think.
I lost the gears 6.
An orange gearbox issue, having already escalated up to orange, means it's likely to escalate up to failure before the end of this race, because this is a very bumpy track. Oh, double pit stop. 2 of the top 3 coming in, and Leclerc coming in as well. So the hard tyres going on for both of those two. What about Charles Leclerc? He's also gone hard tyres. And Pato, is he going hards?
Okay.
Yes, he is. But not quickly. Ocon, oh my God. Ah! The Myteam and Ocon and Stroll sandwich. That's a really dangerous place to be. Holy shit.
Continue like this.
That was scary.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now look, here we head into turn 2. The opportunity's there.
Evening gridiron. And that was a Code Brown. Yes, squeaky trouser time. Actually, I missed that. The best of it, squeaky bum time or brown trouser time. I went for squeaky trousers.
And box now, box.
In the box is up. In.
Let's get after these cars in front.
Hey, we got a win. Fantastic. Right, let's have a good pit stop as well. Not bad. 2 seconds. Hopefully room for improvement. We had a lock up
Let's
for
take a
Carlos.
closer look. Now this was at turn 1. Well, you can see the lockup, and they ended up their own passenger.
So we're out at the back of the grid, but we've got fresher tyres and everybody in front of us. Let's get some heat into them.
Gasly in front. Gap to him, 4.4.
What's happened with this downshift?
Colapinto in the pits. New fastest lap for Bearman. It was Russell for less than a second. I thought he just drove straight past his mechanics there, but that was a Williams mechanics. That's a decent stop. So the plan, as things remain for now with Hamilton, is just to keep going on these tyres, and then hopefully we can come back at the grid pretty hard at the end with some soft tyres. But we're looking to just get Hamilton into the top 18 today. Qualifying so far down has really hampered what we can do with him in this race because it's so hard to overtake. As Oscar comes in. And he will slot out just behind Ollie Bearman. Oh, Norris is boxed. I was looking to see where is Norris because he was right behind us. I am going to go... Oh, I've only got one of the sets soft, haven't I? Yeah, I'm going to go mediums again, then stick to the strap.
Boxing this lap.
Yeah, box.
I'm not surprised that you're seeing a difference between a TV and a mobile. The TV apps generally don't work to the same latency.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, Max is in. .1 dead. That's slower than Hamilton's stop. That's not great. And Max, because we stayed out so long, has dropped all the way down to 19th place.
Car ahead is Albon. Car behind you at the moment is Gasly. He's 1.5 seconds behind.
Gridine tried to recreate the Cadillac livery, and it's not the greatest. Yeah, it's not going to be easy to do that.
And you can use all the boost bar.
Understood.
I mean, if you've got the free update, you've got the Zipper DLC. The Zipper livery from the DLC that they gave to everybody. But even that's not going to look great, I don't think. Because you would need to flip the colours of the sponsors, which you can't do. The only way around doing that would be to double stack them, have one in black and one in white, so that you see one on one side in one colour and then you see it in the other colour on the other side. But it's a hassle.
tyre temps look good.
Yeah.
All right, Antonelli's in. Still a few that haven't stopped yet. They might be trying to one-stop this. Perez coming in as well. Still waiting on Lindblad, Lawson and Bottas to hit the pits. Well, that's not a one-stop. That's a two-stop. That's Lawson in and Lindblad in.
Okay for mode push.
Battery stayed out. Oh, wow, that was a quick stop. That was a very quick stop. That might be fastest stop of the day, I think. And soft tyres for Lawson.
Good job.
Ah, damn it, he just got in front of me. So Max is still on Valtteri.
Charge button on.
How quick was that stop? Because that looked really, really good. Wow. Red Bull have had a quicker stop. But yeah, very quick stop. Look, 1.84.
And charge button on. Charge button on. Yep.
Just couldn't get onto the back of Albon. Valtteri's into the pits.
Charge on.
Something's not gone right in the pits.
Oh, it's just not going well for Valtteri, is it? His gearbox is disintegrating. And his wheels are stuck to the car.
What happened there?
Can't get close to Albon.
Mode push.
It's the dirty air in the middle sector that's doing it. New fastest lap for Kimi. 1:15.3. He's all over Leclerc, and I think he'll get him into turn 1, maybe? Not quite. Having a go into turn 2. Gets up the inside and he's through.
We need to reduce K1 usage.
Right, Max is out of battery. Still couldn't
Charge
get
on.
past him. Couldn't even get on terms with him. Tyres are holding up well though. And now we're on terms with Albon. Let's see if the gap stays at 0.6. Or if it goes up.
We are P16.
And we lost about a tenth through that sector this time. That's not so bad. Stroll's into the pits. Is this his second stop? It is. So Stroll might be on a 3-stop here. That changes things. hard tyres going on. He could take those to the end. Given the way the AI's been thrashing their tyres today, I don't know if it will be.
Charge button on.
And Max's tyres finally starting to overheat. Let's cool those down a touch. Let's get some harvesting
We
done.
need to do the full management on this set.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, ramper mode push.
So we slipped back a little bit from Gasly while we've been battery harvesting with Hamilton, but hopefully we'll start to close back in now. Piastri and Bearman swapping places for the lead. George is right there as well. Doesn't have DRS though. Antonelli trying to break away from Leclerc. It's got the gap to just over a second. Needs to make the most of those soft tyres if he can. No! Big lockup. I thought that was us for a second. Oh, I thought Max was about to go careening into Albon. It was Albon who had the big lockup.
Yellow flag where you are.
Okay.
Right then, we can take a look now. Now, Alex Albon is part of this. Oh, all right so far. The wheels just lock up there. Just unable to control the car by that point.
So Max put Albon under a lot of pressure and spooked him into making a mistake.
Charge on.
And now we've got to see if we can recover the pace again. Gasly's got past Albon. Oh yeah, because Albon's had that lockup, hasn't he? I wonder what that's done to Albon's tyres as well. It certainly will have helped them. There is Hamilton in the background. Award's fault escalates.
But the car's definitely not happy. Surely some kind of fault.
Yeah, I don't know why I clicked on that. We're never going to hear anything other than Crofty. But that's another car in front with an orange issue now. So another car on a potential retirement now. We matched Schumacher's time exactly on the previous lap. Last lap we were just a fraction quicker. But Lindblad is closing us down. Hamilton's pace not really quick enough at the moment. Even with that new powertrain, there just isn't enough aero performance on the car around this circuit. Got a good chunk of
We're
battery
happy with
though.
tarmac.
Let's use some of it now to try and make sure that we stay ahead of Stroll. He's
So
closing in.
deployed.
And Lindblad's closing in on Verstappen. Schumacher gets past O'Ward, so O'Ward's pace has really struggled. He's dropped down to a 119, so we'll be on him very, very soon. Oh, is this a retirement for Valtteri?
Oh, no. Seems like a terminal failure to me. Not
Yeah.
much that they could do.
That'll be that gearbox giving up. Evening, Lambo. No Alonso. Well, no, it's 2029. He's retired. Battery develops another issue on the way back to the pits.
Outside of the
On the corner exits, I felt a bit of lag on the power.
So his engine taking some damage as a result of that gearbox failure.
This is not okay.
Right, Hamilton's almost back on Albon. Can we get the DRS before we run out of battery? Nope, we can't.
charge button on, charge button
We should
on.
hopefully be able to get a slipstream here off the back of Gasly. Albon gets through.
And charge button on, charge on.
Now we're approaching turn 2. Can they squeeze by?
And we get picked off by Lindblad.
And up into 14th they go.
Right, we've caught O'Ward. Almost. No, wait. I'm looking at the wrong car, aren't we? We're looking at Hamilton. There we go. So O'Ward's about 4 seconds up the road. His pace has picked up again a little bit, but he's
What
still
about tyres?
slower than he needs to be.
Yeah, tires are okay for now.
Piastri and Bearman still squabbling over the lead. George still just keeping that watching brief, just out of range behind them. Antonelli has now broken away from Leclerc. He's now 3 seconds clear of him. And we are out of range of Lindblad.
Okay.
Let's turn the battle assist off. Hamilton having a look.
Okay, next guy in front is Gasly.
And because I'm harvesting, we're not getting the launch we need out of the corners to complete the move at the next corner. So we'll have to make sure we definitely come out of harvest mode at the end of the lap. Oh, is this a retirement for Gasly?
Charge button on.
Full throttle, but no power.
That might well be an engine failure about to drop for Pierre Gasly.
Gasly in front. Race is long.
And Stroll muscles his way through as well.
Continue like this. Next guy in front is Albon.
Right, Max is back onto Lindblad again, and we've closed the gap to O'Ward.
So let's go mode push.
Okay.
We're past the halfway point now. Lap 39 out of 70. And if we're really lucky, we can slingshot past Lindblad here, straight onto the back of O'Ward to get him on the next lap.
Do your best. Cool the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we weren't lucky.
Yeah.
Stroll is
Charge
past
on.
Hamilton.
Okay.
That's frustrating. Oh God, just not working at all here. It's been a bit of a disaster today.
Gap to him 1.4. Continue like this.
Charge on, please.
Okay.
Sonoda gets ahead of his teammate, so Aston 6th and 7th. And Russell has got past Bearman, and Bearman's been dropped a little bit. So let's see. He's still close enough to get back into the fight if he wants to, with a push lap.
A long way to go. Charge on, please.
Yeah.
There it's the pace. It's just not there, is it?
There's progress to be made.
Right, Lindblad's left himself vulnerable here by pulling out of the slipstream like that. He does it again, and I don't know if he's trying to make the overtake or just cool the car down. We have seen the AI doing that, and I think he's driving in clean air.
You're currently P15. Lawson behind you.
Nigel?
Okay, charge on.
Okay.
Aston double stacking, and both of their cars are right next to each other here. So this is not good for Ocon. Ferrari mechanics coming out for Carlos. Smooth work from the mechanics, but Ocon had to sit there. That will have cost him a couple of seconds. Nice smooth stop for Sainz. I think it's a little early for soft tyres for Sainz. What if he's going to stop again? Right, back to Max. So Lindblad's punched through past O'Ward. We need to do the same now.
This focuses a long race. Okay for mode push.
And that looks like some very defensive driving from O'Ward there. Norris coming into the pits. Nice smooth stop from the Mercedes there. Oh, goddamn! Yuki. Oh, he's cost us our chance to get through. God damn it, Tsunoda.
Okay, let's get on it. Still everything to play for. No worries, mate. Cool the car as much as you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is bad.
Keep battling
This
away.
is very bad. We are losing so much time. Colapinto's in. Alright, we're through. But Tsunoda's there as well.
Doing a great job
On
there.
brand new tyres.
He's 5.5 seconds in front.
Oh my god, we lost so much time to Lindblad
Charge
there.
on.
Understood.
What about tyres?
My left front is giving up a little bit.
We still need to do a bit of fuel saving as well. 26 laps to go. And Yuki's going to get past us here. No way to stop that.
It's really impossible to race like this.
A safety car right now would be pretty useful because we could change our tyres and sort the fuel out and get Max's battery back up.
Car behind is Lawson.
Science
1.5
gets
seconds
past Hamilton,
behind.
but Science is on brand new soft tyres. We're on dying mediums, so no surprise there. Lawson's going to potentially get picked off by Ocon here, which means we're going to have to contend with Ocon in a lap's time. New fastest lap for Carlos, a 1:15.0. There's definitely more pace on the track than that.
Car behind is Ocon. 1.1 seconds behind. Just do your best.
He's almost already, look.
And push now, everything you have.
Max covered him off.
Charge on. Go back to doing lift and coast now.
Okay.
Let's try and do a little bit of fuel saving now before we stop. Just straight around the outside like we weren't even there.
Do your best. Car behind.
I mean, our tyres are almost gone, and he's on brand new tyres, so did we at least get the DRS? We might not even have got the DRS. We didn't. Oh, Jesus.
Car behind is Norris. High speed management is very good.
Straight around the outside of us again. Fresh tyres. Antonelli's in. This will be probably for another set of softs.
What's going on there? No straight line speed.
Oh no, mediums. Maybe he doesn't have any softs left. Another good stop. We are potentially going to get shuffled down the order in the pit stop challenge today. There have been some very, very quick stops from the teams that are chasing.
With DRS.
And box now, box.
Gonna box this up.
Avoid letting anyone through if possible, please.
Bearman then.
Okay.
He has got softs put on. A little tidy stop for Ferrari. Bearman will feed out behind Leclerc, but should get out just ahead of Antonelli. Yep, he does. Oh, yellow flag. It's Stroll doing Stroll things. Running a little bit wide.
So let's follow the action going into turn 12. Oh, and the car locks up. They took a gamble, and it was just too late.
Well, he's improving. He kept it out the barrier. into the pits for Lewis.
Box this lap.
Okay.
Nice. 1.181. It's not going to be the quickest of the day, but it's going to be right up there. It doesn't want to tell me just how quick it was.
Next guy in front is a Stroll.
Oh god, that's Oscar coming up to lap me. I'll take care of my fuel issues, but I don't want to get lapped. Push. Can't use the pace of the tyres if I get lapped.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Ah, we're boxing right in front of Lawson. Ah, it's going to frustrate him. 2 seconds, not quick enough for the pit stop challenge, I don't think, but we held position against Lawson.
For reference, you are currently P17. Car ahead is now Stroll. Lawson behind you.
So, yeah, I think any chance of points is
laps to
probably gone.
We don't think we need any lift and coast.
Yeah.
Currently P17. Car in front.
Hopefully we'll be able to get both cars home in the top 18.
Yeah.
Alright, what kind of pace do we have? Russell's in, which means Oscar will probably be in next lap. Unless he's going to try and go the distance. Hamilton did a 1:15.8. That's with battery though. And tyres are now up to temperature. There we go. New fastest lap for Bearman, a 1:14.8. And he will come out right behind Antonelli. Here comes Lindblad. We have got more stops that are scheduled.
Mode push.
Yeah.
Charge button on. And just a reminder on the right.
Soft tyres. He'll get out just in front of us, I think. Yeah, comfortably ahead of us. Right, our tyres are finally up to temperature. We've got a full battery to drain.
Tyre temps are good.
Let's see if we can drop Lawson.
Be careful with the tires.
made. Cool the car.
Yeah, okay.
See you later, Lance.
Yeah.
Hold on, mate. Car ahead is Albon. Albon 2.6 ahead.
We're closing in on Albon pretty quickly.
No worries, mate. Slow down now.
Okay.
Right, Piastri still hasn't stopped, but we've got a nice little buffer to him now, so we're not likely to get lapped. Let's do that last little bit of fuel saving.
And we need to increase lift and coast.
And Pato and Stroll both into the pits.
Coast by 30%. Cool the car as much as you can.
And we'll just go around the outside. There we go, back to P14.
Doing a great job.
Hamilton up to 17th now.
P14.
No threat from O'Ward. Probably no threat from Stroll, given that he's going to be a lap down now. Unless Oscar boxes. Leclerc is in. As we see Russell fighting with Antonelli. So the soft tyres going on for Charles Leclerc. And Russell will win out in that head-to-head. If Oscar needs to stop, he is going to get overtaken. He's going to get undercut by Bearman, probably Russell and Antonelli as well. So he's got two choices. He can play it safe, box and hope, or
Charge on.
as Mick comes in, or he can stay out, risk a puncture, but keep track position. I don't know what his tyre wear's like. We don't know. So he might try and stay out. I think at this point, with not that many laps to go, if he's got enough life left in the tyres, staying out is probably the right call. He's not losing, he's only losing half a second a lap at the moment to Bearman. Russell is quick though. Albon dives into the pits. So that'll be... oh, someone's in the barrier, maybe? No, just running wide. Gasly with a
Here's the
lockup at
replay.
the chicane.
Let's have a look then at turn 6. And there's the lockup. They were just unable to do much about it.
So, soft tyres going on. Again, he's going to come out a lap down behind Oscar. There you see Pato O'Ward on his fresh tyres. Despite his dodgy gearbox, he can't make his way through. Stroll is stuck behind him too. So as long as Hamilton keeps enough pace and the gap is increasing every lap, then he's not going to be at risk from anybody behind at the moment.
And you are doing a good job on tires. Keep it
Stroll
like this.
gets through on O'Ward. Let's see if he can get himself unlapped. We've done the fuel saving.
Understood.
Oh, Stroll has unlapped himself. Let's see,
From
can
time
he
point of
avoid
view,
getting
we
blue
don't think
flagged into
Leclerc's
oblivion,
necessary.
though? He's... Oh, there we go. Oscar's in. So, Bearman is on for a potential win. Where is Oscar going to feed out? Is he going to get out behind Russell? Soft tyres and a quick stop. We're going to see Bearman come through any moment. There goes Bearman. There goes George and Kimi. Kimi moves up into second place. So it's P4 for Oscar. He's a long way ahead of Yuki. And he's got some good tyres to push with now. But pressure's on. Antonelli and Russell are fighting. They're not going to make it easy for Piastri. And they are providing a nice little rear gun action for Bearman here. I don't know if we've seen Bearman win a Grand Prix. I don't think we have. I think we've seen him on the podium once or twice, but we've never seen him take a win. So this would be his first career victory, I believe. We're going to up our
About
pace
tyres.
a little
good.
bit. P13, P16.
Tires are good to push.
Let's see. Points
Might need to
are
pick up the pace a little bit.
11 seconds ahead of us. Pace is not good enough to get past Colapinto. We need to be lapping. Yeah, probably about a second and a half quicker than we are doing right now. New fastest lap for Charles Leclerc, 1:14.1. What's the lap record here? Where's my cursor? There it is. So, lap record, a 1:14.0 set by George last season. We might see that fall. Wilson closing in on Max.
Okay, ramper mode push.
Ward gets ahead of Stroll. That's not good for Stroll because Ward has that bad gearbox. And there's Schumacher in the background. He's closing in at a fair old rate of knots. 1:15.8 last lap. 1.3 seconds quicker. Sainz in the pits. I didn't think those soft tyres would last a distance. They went further than I thought he'd take them. Fresh set of softs going on. It'll be tight with him and Hamilton, but he'll have a lot more grip. So he'll get back through again pretty quickly, I think. And the gap is coming down to the points, but not quickly enough. Nowhere near quickly enough
mode push, please. Mode push.
And with those new tyres, Sainz could well try and set a new lap record.
Currently P12. He's just under 4.5 seconds in front. Car behind is Lawson. He's 0.5 behind. Lawson, how's DRS?
I think we might be on for a full-on regulation change at the end of next season, which would be pretty harsh because we've been hit with pretty heavy changes this year, well, for next season, and we were hit with pretty big changes for this season, and not insignificant changes for the season before that as well. So we haven't had it easy with the reg changes. They've all been not that great. It's made it so hard for us to make any meaningful progress in terms of performance. And like I said, I've just got this feeling that we're going to get hit with a big reg change. At the end of next season, which means we won't make much progress next year either.
You need to keep your K1 usage down a bit, otherwise you'll just run out of battery and then you'll just be taken by everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Antonelli. A minor fault.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
So 117.1 for Colapinto. We took nearly 7 tenths out of him. It's just not enough if we want to try and get points. We're still 10 seconds back. Russell takes the lead from Bearman, and Piastri is only a 1.5 seconds behind. Looks like Bearman's debut win isn't going to happen after all. Piastri's flying onto the pair of them, look. He is so quick at the moment. Sainz hasn't gone all out gung-ho yet with those tyres. He is now just about in range of Hamilton. So it looks like we're about to drop down to P16 again. And here we go. We have a three-way dance with 6 laps remaining. Because Antonelli is now out of this. This is a terminal fault for Gasly.
Check the engine.
Yeah, I think that's him retiring. Looking for smoke. Unless he's got a separate fault.
6 laps to go.
Yeah.
He might have a separate fault, so major engine issues going on in that car then. Let's see if he pulls into the pits. Sainz gets through on Lewis. Let's see if he sings Smooth Operator. I don't know if he does actually sing Smooth Operator in the game.
Very slow.
So much more speed there. Piastri is swarming all over the back of Ollie Bearman. And he gets him. Gasly's continued, so it's a separate issue to his other one. And now the hunt is on for Oscar against George. 5 laps remaining. I've broken away from Lawson, but I can't even close down Lindblad at the moment. So we're going to have to settle for 12th and 16th unless there's a couple of retirements.
There are 5 laps to go at the end of this one.
Okay.
That's not looking likely. It's going to be a good day for Red Bull. Both cars in the top 5. Decent day for Aston as well. 6th and 7th right now. Mercedes have got 2 in the top 10. Looks like Colapinto is going to hang on for that final point as well. And here comes Oscar. Oh, just backs out of it. Second bite at the cherry, perhaps. Goes to the inside, and he is through. And I think he's going to pull away from George now. I don't think George has got enough grip left to fight him. Antonelli's trying to bring himself back in now that his fault is cleared. He's closing back in on Bearman again.
To go at the end of this one.
Okay.
There's not much to really keep an eye on. I mean, Lawson's closing us down again. Still got some battery left to help defend. A little bit of spare fuel, but not much.
What about tyres?
My right front is dying a bit.
Oh, Antonelli just got Bearman. So Bearman, having looked like he might have a chance of winning the Grand Prix, is possibly not even going to make the podium here.
Laps to go.
Okay.
He'll have the chance to make a run at Kimi into turn 1, or failing that turn 2. He's not getting a good exit. His tyres are giving up. And he's going to be stuck behind him for another lap. Lawson is closing in.
No lift off needed. You are doing
Stroll is
legal.
continuing to hunt down Lewis. I do not want to drop down behind Stroll.
Just the energy.
One lap to go at the end of this one.
Yeah.
It's Lawson driving in clean air. He's not close enough to have a look at an overtake. Albon gets past Pato. So that moves him up to P18. Not been a good afternoon for him. The three stop has definitely not worked. Sainz down in 15th, Stroll in 17th. Two stop was the way to go. Whether or not we could have been a bit more aggressive with tyre use and gone medium, hard, medium and really pushed the tyres, I don't think it makes that much difference in the end. I don't think we would have had the pace either way. Bit of a shame. We started just inside the points, but we're going to end up finishing just outside. We had a good old go, but
You can save less.
that's just not there, unfortunately.
Mode push.
Okay.
Oh, and Schumacher just
Okay.
throws it up the inside.
Okay.
So you're about
And
to
Mick
start
going
last time.
after Max.
Piastri has done it. He's got the win. And first
Wow, he
place
finished 5
goes to
seconds clear
Piastri.
at the end. Once he got ahead, that was it.
Honestly, even their harshest critic would be hard-pressed to say that they didn't thoroughly deserve that win.
He is starting to dominate this season.
And we need some lift and go.
Understood.
Max will stay ahead of Mick. Bearman misses out on the podium. He could not get back past Kimi. Max will bring it home in P12. The board are going to be disappointed.
That's a checker flag, mate.
Someone has
And charge button
run out of
on,
fuel.
Charge button on.
It's Pato. That or his car's given up.
Understood.
Oh no, Stroll's retired. What happened to Stroll? Oh, he must have run out of fuel. It's not like he got to the final turn and just misjudged it slightly and stopped right on the line.
Second flag.
Yeah, he missed it by a fair old way. He ran out of fuel here.
A really strong drive from Sergio Perez there.
There wasn't too much expectation on them today, but they fought hard and found themselves in the points.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. With such a strong performance from Piastri, there's no denying that he's earned that place on the podium today.
It almost feels like it doesn't need saying after a 7th win, but another stunning performance today.
And as far as those three are concerned, well, they'll be leaving Budapest hungry for more.
Oh, that joke gets funnier every season.
Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that then marks the end of our time here in Hungary.
Next time, the teams will be adding another year to the legend of Spa-Francorchamps. Anything can happen at the Belgian Grand Prix.
Confirmation then of the final result. It is yet another win for Oscar. George in second, Antonelli in third, Bearman in the end missing out on the podium. And then it is Leclerc in P5 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda and Esteban Ocon. Good afternoon for Aston, 6th and 7th there. Perez in 8th, some good points for Audi. Good recovery drive from Norris after going out of qualifying early. He gets himself up into 9th place for a couple more points for Mercedes. And Colapinto able to hang on for a single point there for Maserati. A little bit further down, we see it is Lindblad in 11th place, 12th for Max, 13th for Mick, 14th for Lawson, 15th for Sainz, 16th for Hamilton, 17th for Albon. And then 18th was Stroll, who ran out of fuel. O'Ward, did he run out of fuel as well? I think he might have done. Gasly finishes P20, classified a lap down, which is why he's not up in 18th place. And then Valtteri and Bortoleto also having to retire. Valtteri's gearbox just giving out, and Bortoleto putting it in the barrier in heavy fashion. So, at the top of the driver's standings, Oscar increases his lead to 42 points now over George. Antonelli in third picks up another 15 points. He is 20 points behind his teammate. Then it's Norris with 151 points. Leclerc has closed the gap a bit. He's now just 9 points behind on 142. Ocon and Tsunoda still so close with each other, just 3 points between them on 89 and 86. Then Hamilton with 65, no points for us today. And Bearman's 4th place means he's now just 4 points behind Hamilton and leaving Max behind. Max on 43 points, rounding out the top 10. Then we have Gasly 11th, also on 42 points. Albon with 34, 32 points apiece for Colapinto and Sainz, with Colapinto up 2 places, jumping Valtteri and Carlos there. Valtteri has 31, 30 points for Lindblad, 29 for Lawson, 28 for Bortoleto. 4 more points for Perez puts him up to 14 now in 19th place. Then it's Stroll with 4, Schumacher with 3, 2 for Pato, and Hadjar just the 1 point. In the constructor standings, 380 points, another strong weekend for Red Bull, double Mercedes point tally today, and that gap has increased. It's now 53 points. And they're starting to assert a bit more dominance in this competition now as well. McLaren in third are a long way back on 224. They're 103 points behind Mercedes now. Then it's Aston with 175. No points for us. We stay P5 with 109. Ferrari take another 12 points out of us. So that gap down to just 16 points now. No points for TGR. They stay on 73. Williams stay on 63. So looks like our main competition is going to be Ferrari. Maserati up to 34 points with that 1 extra point from Colapinto today. Then Nissan, no points this weekend. They're on 33. And Perez's points mean Audi now have 18. Into the pit stops. We got third with that stop there for Hamilton. Every stop in the 1.8 range. Quickest stop of the day goes to Red Bull. With Oscar in 6th as well to make it 33 points for them this weekend. Aston taking 2nd and 9th. Mercedes in 4th. Ferrari in 7th. Williams 8th. 9th for Aston. McLaren 10th. No points apart from that 5th place there for Lindblad for Nissan, who I think might be our closest rivals. Not sure, but we've outscored Mercedes and Nissan today, so that's helpful. Let's see how the standings look. Oh, it's Red Bull who are our closest challengers now. They are closing in. They scored more than double our points. We are top with 231, but just 16 points back is Red Bull after they picked up 33 points this weekend. Nissan on 164 are 1 point clear of Mercedes and 3 points clear of Aston. So very tight in the battle for third right now. Ferrari on 104 points are a little bit too far behind, but there's still plenty of time for them to catch up for that third place fight. McLaren with 96, 78 points for Williams, 59 for TGR, 36 for Audi, and just the 6 points for Maserati. And there you see our stock summary. Just not quick enough today with Max. Both stops in the 2 second and above range. Hamilton's first stop not too clever either, but we did certainly get some good points out of that stop there. And more importantly, we got money. We got both drivers home in the top 18, so 2.65 mil added to the bank balance. And now we go back to HQ to prep for Spa, which is just a week away. Alright, let's dive into the inbox, shall we? So, this is the destruction that we suffered with that crash for Hamilton, plus we wiped out, his practice powertrains, which wasn't helpful. We've also lost an underfloor on Max's car. And we've got 2.9 mil, but we're going to have to spend a good chunk of that building more spare parts, I think. Because we are very low now. No spare chassis or rear wings. Got another side pod coming. No suspension coming, though. Oh, and the factory's on fire still. So, yeah, never mind. We can't add any more parts to the queue yet. Great. I do at least have a spare underfloor, so we can change that, get that fixed. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, how annoyed with the board. Very, as expected. What do I prefer, garden peas or marifat? Garden peas and table salt. And I'm not a northerner. Not even from Nottingham. I'm Midlands born and bred. So we've also had to use another one of our mulligans. We're down to just 2 races that we can afford not to score points in now if we want to achieve the long-term objective this year. It's a bit rough. And looking at the tracks that are coming up, I don't know how well we're going to do here in Spa. We are going to have a wet Friday. It's not a sprint weekend. It's just a normal Grand Prix. So, no chance of bonus points on a sprint on a Saturday, where we might have been able to sneak something. I just don't think we're going to have enough pace to do too much on this circuit. I'd like to be wrong on that, but I just don't think we will be. We have got Monza coming up after that, though. That is a sprint weekend, and we generally do have a good chance of points at Monza. So maybe points in both sprint and Grand Prix. Am I wishing on a star there? Hopefully. We go back to Miami. God knows how we're going to do in Miami. Probably pretty bad. Montreal, another sprint weekend. Again, we've got a chance of some points, but there is also a high chance of rain. Vegas, another sprint weekend, and again, a chance of double points maybe at Vegas. Mexico City, theoretically is a chance of points, but it hasn't been kind to us these last few seasons. And then the season finale with a sprint weekend at Sao Paulo, which very much has not been kind to us over the last couple of years. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to get the long-term objective done, unfortunately. I think we're going to have to suffer a little bit on that one. Again, we have time to get it done, but with the boards not being amazingly happy with us, it would have been nice to be able to do something objective-wise this year. 2.5 mil to knock the board up to a level 5. Don't really want to do that, but I am going to have to refurb it because we want that full race confidence game back by the time we hit Monza. And we're not going to get it back in time for Monza, I don't think. Let's check the calendar. We might get it done in time. Oh, look at that. No, that's the tour centre. That's the helipads. That's the tour centre. Where's the boardroom? Oh, no, wait, I'm looking at the wrong month. So we're here. Looking at the wrong month. So, October. There we go. Oh, we got a nice break. That's good, because we've got to finish putting the flames out of our factory. So once we get through Spa, we'll have a month until the next Grand Prix, and there's a triple header. So it'll give us a bit of time to get some more stuff done. We may well have to be modding in some money here on the 10th because, you know, screwing us with the way that it dropped our sponsor obligations on a Sunday. That was a race day. That wasn't nice. And we got research that's finishing off as well. New ATR coming up. Final ATR of the season coming up at the end of October. Because we just had one. Which we used on, I think, our suspension. I think it was either the suspension or the rear wing. I think it was the suspension. We shall check when those projects come due. Let's advance time a bit, shall we? See how we do. Contract response required. Yeah. See you later. Not re-signing it. We have spare front wings. Hey, our factory's no longer on fire. 2 days to go. Let's at least start building some more parts. So, 2 more chassis. And 2 more suspensions. There we go. And we'll have that spare side pod in 3 days. So on the day of qualifying. What are we left with? Less than $1 million. Oof. Yeah, I'm not going to miss Hamilton's 42 million a season wage bill. So there, we have lost negotiations with Fittipaldi. He will be leaving us at the end of the season. If he'd stayed really cheap, I would have kept him on, but you know, wanting, you know, nearly triple his contract, you know, when I've got better drivers coming in next season. Yeah, he's served us well, but he is on his way. I mean, he's been gone for what? He's been with us for 4 seasons now, I think, including this season. So, you know, he's been around for a while, but his time has come. And with that, we are done. So, Oscar has a nice little lead at the top. He said 53 points. That's the gap there. I thought for a second it was trying to say that Oscar was 53 points ahead, and I was looking at that and said the maths doesn't work. But yeah, there we go. That is the end of tonight's Grand Prix. It's the end of tonight's stream. We leave it with Oscar now with a 42-point gap at the top of the drivers' standings, and RedBull with a 53-point gap at the top of the constructors. Mercedes and McLaren still battling it out for best of the rest in both competitions. George not entirely out of it in terms of winning the title yet, but time is ticking away, and we could be looking at yet another first-time champion. So we've had Norris. Actually, no, Norris won the title in 25, which is the year we simmed. Then George won it in 26. Norris won it in 27. Oscar won it. Oh, yeah, Oscar's going to be won it in 28. So Oscar could be our first champion to actually defend his title in this playthrough. It's certainly looking like he's going to do it this year. I thought we might have had more of a challenge from Charles Leclerc, but he just hasn't really got going this year. And Lando is not close enough to challenge. He will be with us next season. Hopefully he can bring a bit more fire and fight to the team. But who knows? Oh, evening, Johnny. Goodbye, Johnny. Apologies if I didn't say hello when you came in. I didn't even see you come in, I don't think. Yeah, so there we go. That's it for tonight. I will be back at the usual time tomorrow for round 14 as we head to Spa. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.